Hi everybody, Honest John again. When Donald Trump sent the military police out from the White House to brutalize protesters who were doing nothing but standing there peacefully so that he could have a photo op in front of St. John's Church, it was more than just a publicity stunt. It was more than an attempt to look tough because he had acted like a coward the day before, even though that's what he had done. It was the first step on the way to him establishing himself as a dictator. Don't forget, earlier that day, Trump was threatening to send troops into the states during a phone call with the governors. Fortunately, Trump's gambit failed spectacularly. I guess he expected the American people to rally around him and his fake law and order message. But instead, a wave of outrage spread across the nation. The crowds of protesters grew even larger than it had at any time previously. And fortunately, there was very little violence or looting. All over social media, television, and the press, condemnation rang out. The pastor of the church and the Archbishop of D.C. condemned this stunt. The word sacrilege was used by some religious figures. Former members of the military condemned the move. An Assistant Secretary of Defense resigned. And this morning, Mark Esper, the Secretary of Defense, actually threw Trump under the bus. Now, he was lying. He claimed he didn't know what was going on. That wasn't true. But he did say that he was not in favor of using the military to clamp down on protests. A few Republicans very weakly condemned Trump's move, but most of those cowards, they wouldn't. On the other hand, they didn't rally to Trump's side. They just chickened out and would just say no comment. But they weren't defending Trump. So for now, Trump's attempted coup attempt has been foiled. But we can't sit back and relax. Trump still wants to establish a dictatorship here. Trump is a big fan of Hitler and other dictators around the world, including Putin, who he works for. In fact, now there is a fake picture of Hitler holding a Bible in the same way that Trump did last night. It's a fake picture. But Trump is a Hitler fan, and he's a fan of dictatorships. Trump knows he can't win in November, so he would be looking for excuses to cancel the election. And he is not above sending his thugs out on the streets to engage in violence and create havoc. And he's not above conspiring with Russia again to rig the election. So now is not the time to relax. We have to be even more vigilant and keep a real eye on that scumbag.